Good evening. At this time, we ask that you silence all cell phones and refrain from the use of artificial noisemakers. Now please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good evening, family, friends, administrators, teachers, coaches, but most importantly, the Laurel Hill School graduating class of 2021. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our special guest for the night, School Board Chairman, Mr. Tim Bryant, Director of K-12 Education, Mr. Jeff Palmer, also our newest hobo, incoming Assistant Principal, Miss Ashley Miller, and of course, our very own Principal, Miss Lee Martello, and Assistant Principal, Miss Allison LaVictor. As we all move into the next chapter of our lives, furthering our education by going to college, joining the military, and some starting our own careers and families, I have no doubt in my mind that we will all be successful, not only because of our families and those we have supporting us at home, but also because of the truly one-of-a-kind administrative and teaching staff us students at Laurel Hill School are blessed with. Being a military child, I've had more teachers and mentors in my life than I could remember. I can honestly say I've never met a school faculty as a whole who wants their students to succeed so greatly, not only academically, but in life itself. If you know me, you know these past couple of months have been crazy and hard to navigate on my own. So I'd like to personally say thank you, not only to my family and friends, but Miss Lena Steele, Miss Fugate, Miss Chandler, and Miss Martello for their endless love, encouragement, and support. And I can so easily say that I would not be standing here today if it weren't for all of them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, please welcome magna cum laude graduate Casey Taylor.
Good evening. I'd like to begin with a huge thank you to Ms. Adams and everyone else who made this big day possible. I know that with these changes in the school year due to COVID restrictions has made everything so much harder for everyone, but I couldn't be more grateful for the way our faculty and staff has handled it. They worked their magic to ensure that we had the most normal school year that we could. To my teachers, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for always believing in me when I was at my lowest and always pushing me to be the best I could be academically. I wouldn't be where I am today without each and every single one of you. Ms. Franklin, I'll forever miss seeing you in the hallway as we were switching classes and always hearing you say, "Welcome to Franklin, where exciting things happened." You never failed to make the bad days more enjoyable. After seeing you all for the past 14 years, to be saying my final goodbyes is tough. I have to say, though, my toughest goodbyes are to my coaches. Coach Smith, I don't even know where to begin. Thank you for always hounding me to shoot my free throws and for seeing the athlete in me before anyone else did. I still remember back in 7th grade during a summer basketball camp when I hurt my hand. You told me to stop crying, flicked it, and said I'd be okay. Long story short, it was actually broken, and I spent the whole summer in a cast. I still love you, though. To Coach Carl, Coach eBay, and Coach C, thank you for all 3-hour practices, the pep talks, and the constant motivation to keep pushing myself further than I thought I could go. Without the three of you, I don't think I'd be the person I am today. Lastly, Coach Hunter, you've impacted my life in so many ways, so I'd like to say thank you for believing in me and stepping up for the whole softball team. I know coaching girls is not your cup of tea, but I'll forever miss your post-game speeches. Growing up, sports have always been a huge part of my life. Volleyball, basketball, softball, even cross country. So when I say I'm going to miss high school, this is what I mean. The dreadful 2 to 3 hour practices, the blood, sweat, and tears from the court to the field. Looking back, I wish I didn't take those days for granted. To my teammates and my friends, I'm leaving behind, don't wish it away. It will be gone before you know it, and I wish the best for each and every single one of you. To my parents, thank you for raising me to be the best I could be, to stand up for myself, and for always having my back. I will always be y'all's one and only baby girl. Mom, I still remember the first day here, pre-K, where it all began. You dropped me off at the front doors of the school to only hear me half a mile down the road screaming at the top of my lungs, "Mommy, come back." I'm sure you cried more than I did that day. To my uncle in heaven, I know you'd be so proud of me. I'm sure you kept track of every point I scored in my basketball games like you always did. You're probably still posting about me on Facebook up there. Pawpaw, thank you for always writing the checks, even when you had no clue what they were for. Nana, thank you for always being my rock, never missing a ball game, even on the days you were out of your crazy medicine. Yet you're still there cheering my name louder than everyone in the gym. I know I grew up faster than you anticipated, but I made it, and I'll always be your little sunshine. And to the rest of my second moms that took me in as their own, thank you for always supporting me. Most of all, thank you Laurel Hill School and everyone who has been a part of my 14-year journey here. It has been a blessing to be a hobo. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it. Now please welcome magna cum laude graduate Hope Slaughter.
Good evening, my fellow graduates and all of the family and friends who are among us today. My name is Hope Slaughter, the class of 2021 magna cum laude in-class president. It is an amazing opportunity to give a speech in honor of the class of 2021. I'll start by saying many people will tell you today is the day your real journey begins, but I believe that journey began in kindergarten, for some of you, even pre-K. In my opinion, I don't think today should be the day we stop pursuing our goals or dreams. I think today should be the reason for us to have new goals and dreams of higher degree. With that being said, if there's anything my grandparents or parents ever taught me, it was that nothing worth having ever comes easy, and if you think you won't succeed, try harder. I'd say a high school diploma fits in that criteria. Despite our class being thrown into online halfway through our junior year, which may I add, economics and algebra 2 aren't the same without Franklin or Lena teaching you, we made it. I believe in short and sweet, so I wanted to take the last part of my speech to give thanks. The most important thanks I could give is to God. In the Bible, Matthew 19:26 states, Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." Thank you to Miss Adams for working with our graduating class to achieve this beautiful celebration. Thank you, Miss Franklin and Miss Lena, for the countless life lessons that you've taught me in all of my history and math classes since 9th grade. And as Miss Franklin would say, you matter. Now on to my family. I want to first thank my nene. She reminds me every day to pray instead of worry, encourages me to go further than I believe I'm capable of, and most of all, she isn't just my nene, she is my best friend. No doubt she didn't help me earn this diploma. Secondly, I want to thank my mom and dad for always motivating me and being at every game, banquet, and school event to support me. Saving the best for last, my poppy. Thank you for always making sure I have the latest gadgets and for making me want to push myself towards higher and higher degree. To conclude, as for the graduating class of 2021, I believe I speak for all of us whenever I say we are so ready to get that diploma handed to us and walk out those doors one last time. With that being said, as your class president and magna cum laude, I want to say congratulations to all of my classmates. Now on to bigger things. Now please welcome summa cum laude graduate Caitlin Southern.
Good evening. First, I'd like to take a minute to thank those who made tonight possible, Miss Adams and our principals, and even those who helped behind the scenes. This year has been full of the unexpected, and COVID definitely hasn't made anything easy. Without all of you, this ceremony wouldn't be possible. Next, I'd like to thank my teachers. Being here since pre-K has made these goodbyes difficult, but without all of you, I wouldn't be the person I am today academically. To Miss Adams, thank you for giving me my first B back in Algebra 1 and making my ego a little smaller. I cried that day, by the way. Miss Franklin, if I'm being honest, the only thing I retained throughout history was that President Taft was so big he got stuck in a bathtub. But thank you for making the subject more enjoyable. And lastly, Miss Lena, thank you for not only teaching me my favorite subject throughout high school. Yes, I know I'm weird for liking math, but thank you for also being like a second mother to me. And to the rest of my teachers, your work didn't go unnoticed either, so thank you. I'd have to say, though, my hardest goodbye is my coaches. Coach Smith, I don't know where to begin with you. Back in second grade, I sprained my ankle for the first time. Notice I said first time. And you told me I was an accident looking for a place to happen. And not only did I live up to that, but I think I exceeded that. You've been like a second father to me and have never given up on me, even when I knew I was terrible at basketball in sixth grade. To Coach Carl, Coach Ebay, and Coach C, thank you for pushing me to be a better athlete and a better person, and for helping us reach our goals even beyond high school. To Coach Zessen, thank you for giving me my love of volleyball. Without you, I don't think I ever would have even tried out. And Coach Hunter, thank you for taking over softball my senior year, even though we all know the last thing you wanted to do was coach a bunch of girls. Finally, I'd like to thank my family. To my mom, thank you for always being my #1 supporter and writing all the checks, even though I constantly get on your last nerve. Dad, thank you for coaching me throughout my childhood and making me the best athlete I could be. And to the rest of my family and all of my sort of second moms, as I call them, that I've gained throughout the years, thank you for making me a better person. And to Bryson and your family, thank you for taking me in and loving me like one of your own. But most of all, thank you, Laurel Hill School and everyone in it for being a part of this 14-year journey with me. It's been the most chaotic and amazing time of my life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We made it. Now please welcome summa cum laude graduate in the class of 2021 salutatorian, Ashton Fowler.
Hi everyone. I would like to start off with some words of wisdom from Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Throughout this year and last, we have faced many challenges that we would have never thought possible. Whether it was being quarantined, having to miss athletic events, or other things, we somehow made it through with the help of our administration and community at Laurel Hill School. Speaking of which, I would like to give a special thank you to Ms. Adams for organizing our senior meetings, graduation, and more. To the class of 2021, we have been on a wild ride, and I hope that we all can keep pushing forward with compassion in this next stage of our lives. As we leave the comfort of our peers in school that we have known for years, many of us will try to find ourselves and search for a new comfort. This may take months, years, or even decades, but that's okay. One day we will, and we will look back on these 13 years with nostalgia and remember the characters of people who helped shape who we are today. To my coaches, thank you. Coach Carl, you stepped up from being an assistant coach when we needed you to, doing what you thought was best, whether that was summer workouts, taking us to basketball camps. I'm definitely going to miss talking about sneakers with you and eBay. You two and Coach C made our senior season fun despite the problems we had faced. Coach Hunter, you also stepped up when we needed someone, and our rocky start turned out okay, and for that I'm thankful. I appreciate all the encouraging words you gave us and how much you cared for a group of girls you had only coached 1 year. Finally, Ms. Becker, thank you for being the only coach to stick with me all 4 years of high school and for putting up with my craziness. To my mom, thank you for always worrying about my grades and making it to every game. I wouldn't be where I am without you. To the graduates' families here today, I hope that you support or continue to support my peers as we travel into this next crucial part of our lives. I'm sure most of us will need and appreciate it as we begin our journey out into the world. I know I will. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing what the Laurel Hill School class of 2021 will do next. Now please welcome summa cum laude graduate in the class of 2021, valedictorian Haley Steele.
Good evening. I would like to start off by thanking everyone for being here today to support the graduates of 2021 as we take the first step into our adult lives. I would also like to extend a big thank you to Ms. Adams, who put this event together, and the rest of the amazing faculty and staff for helping us over the years and being people we can count on for the rest of our lives. Most of all, I want to thank my parents. They have been my #1 supporters since day one. I'm so blessed to have a family that cares about me so much, who will guide me down the right paths. I remember being in pre-K, not knowing what the future held, the friends I would make, or the experiences that would take place. Getting involved with softball made me feel like I was part of something. It gave me new friends and an experience with the best team I'll remember for the rest of my life. I've had fun cheering in the dugout with them and catching a bunch of pop flies in left field. I'm also going to always think about how I fell in my last home game trying to turn to catch a ball. All of the hard work and long practices paid off, and I'm going to miss it so much. Thank you, coaches, for helping me be the best player I could be out there. For the longest time, graduating high school was something I never really thought about until it actually hit me in these last few months of senior year. I'm so thankful that God has blessed me with the best friends I could have ever asked for and the most incredible teachers and principals in the world. You've taught me to love and respect others and to do my best even when things are hard. Many of us have always dreamed of being successful after high school, but I was watching a speech given by Tim Tebow one day, and he said, "Success is great, you can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. I want you to be successful, but more than anything, I want you to be significant. That will be fulfilling, it will be life-changing, and it will be life-giving, but I want to encourage you, don't let it stop there. There's a world that needs you, a family that needs you, and there are people that need you." That statement has made me realize that the life I live is not just about me, it's about living and serving others. That's what living a life of significance truly means to me. People have said high school is the easiest time of your life. While that may be true, it can still be hard for most. It doesn't get any easier, but one thing that keeps me believing that everything is going to be okay is John 16:33 of the Bible. It says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I encourage you to listen to that and understand that things may not always go your way or how you'd like them, but there is someone always looking out for you and to help guide you in this race called life. Thank you, Laurel Hill School, and everyone in it for making it the best 14 years of my life. This school is like a second home to me and will forever hold a special place in my heart. Congratulations, class of 2021, we did it. Now please welcome our principal, Ms. Martello.
I guess I'm a little choked up. I usually cry at this event because I've been with these kids now for 8 years, and tonight may not be any different, but as the principal of Laurel Hill School, I am proud of you, and I am extremely honored to stand before the 2021 graduating class of Laurel Hill School. I welcome every single parent, grandparent, friend, and community member as we celebrate your commencement and that you are an incredible group of tomorrow's world changers. Mr. Bryant, our school board member, has always said that Laurel Hill School is the smallest school with the biggest heart. And as I listened to you guys, or you ladies that gave your address, I think that everyone in this gymnasium would also agree that teachers and coaches and community members have all made an impact on your life. So Laurel Hill indeed is a wonderful place. So I'm going to give you just a tad bit of advice. I know you're extremely joyful about that. But my advice to you this evening is to live your life with purpose. Each of you has a very unique purpose, which is truly about recognizing your own gifts and using them to make our world a better place. Your gifts, your passions, and your values all contribute to equal that purpose. Seek your purpose and live your life, with true intention. I also want to remind you that life is not meant to live alone. You are surrounded by an entire gymnasium of people who love you. These same people are also willing to help you. Those of you who have had either a nagging phone call from your principal or assistant principal, you have to be there on June 4th. What can we do to help you? Those same people will always be there. So never be afraid to ask for help. Ooh. These are like my kids too. So when discovering your purpose, allow it to guide your life decisions, influence your behavior, also shape your goals, and provide your sense of direction. Live your life to create meaning for others. If you can do this, you will never work a single day in your life. Instead, you will spend each day living. So, now, the moment you've been waiting for either 14 or 13 years. If our guests would please join me and Miss LaVictor, it is now time to recognize our graduates.
Rayleigh Nicole Adkins. Riley Nicole Burleson. Gavin Lamar Campbell. Madison Marie Casey. Barrett Addison Kuhn. Ashton Danielle Fowler. Alexis Marie Gray. Patience Noel Heath. Bryn Bailey Jones. William Walker.
Wallace Locke, Jr. Owen Scott McPherson. Ashanti Zaire Moore. Joshua Douglas Owens Blackwood. Andrew Timothy Roche. Margaret Page Roller. Eliza Gale Rosen. Hope Ivory Slaughter. Matthew Eugene Smith. Caitlin Nicole Southard. Haley Missouri Steele. Casey Aaron Taylor. Alana K. Triplett. Adriana Victoria Tedridge. And Trey Ryan Williams. Now, if you would all look at the screen behind me, we're going to have a slideshow prepared for you guys in honor of our graduates.
graduates, if you would please stand. It is time to move your tassels from the right side to the left side. If you ever forget which side your tassel goes on, remember you wear it on the left side over your heart to remind you of your alma mater, Laurel Hill School. Hobos, you may turn your tassel. You were a very anxious crew, so good deal. Okay. So I think that now is the time that you wanted to do something. Woo! And I introduce to you Mr. Joshua Owens Blackwood.
It's bittersweet coming up here and speaking this evening. Tonight will probably be the last time we'll all be in the same room together as we all move on to do different things near and far at different colleges, trade schools, the military, and other routes in life. Being a student here at Laurel Hill School for the last 14 years has been a wild ride, and it's had its ups and downs, especially in the last year and a half with the coronavirus pandemic, but above all else, I wouldn't trade it for the world. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who's brought us to where we are. It would be too long to name them all, but thank you to all of our administrators, teachers, lunch ladies, bus drivers, counselors, janitors, and all other staff who have made our school the wonderful place that it is. I'd like to thank Miss Adams for putting together tonight's events. And I'd also like to thank Miss Lena for being the world's best youth pastor. I'd like to thank Miss Franklin for making our class of 5 students in government class tolerable. And I'd like to thank Miss Williams, even though I ate a fake jar of mayonnaise at her front door at 7 o'clock in the morning when I was a sophomore. Personally, I'd like to thank God first and foremost, as well as my friends and family. First, my sister, thank you for not bringing a sign that said, "We love you, Uncle Wobber," like you said 5 years ago. I'd like to thank my parents, who I have not made this far without. I'd like to thank my grandmother, Patricia Owens, who isn't here, but she's here in spirit, and she's carrying that "We love Uncle Wobber" sign. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in the stands as the class of 2021 exits. We will form a receiving line in the courtyard immediately following the recessional.